Is that a public roster or is that a private internal document?
Bro, Chris, what did they do to be baby? Can somebody explain to me what Damage Control did to be baby faces?
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Wrestling Outlaws. Guns out, Outlaws, guns out. I am Dr. Chris. That is EC, three-time World Heavyweight Champion and former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. He is Vince Russo with some late breaking news. Yes.
All right, this is hot off the press, Dr. Chris. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I don't know if the Sportskeeda audience is ready for this.
Ooh.
Comment below if you're not ready for this.
Chris, do you think they're ready?
I don't think so.
I think.
Hold on. Here we go.
Okay.
Chris, since its debut at 2022 SummerSlam Premium Live event, Damage Control has been cast as a heel-orientated stable in the WWE. In recent weeks, though, the group, now composed of Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai, have seen a shift in attitude that more so aligns with that of a babyface character. This shift has reportedly been reflected in WWE's internal roster, with Damage Control now being listed as baby faces on the WWE roster.
Whoa! Is that a public roster or is that a private internal document?
Bro, Chris, what did they do to be baby? Can somebody explain to me what Damage Control did to be baby faces? Go ahead. EC3's got the answer, bro.
Oh, they've been big. They're attractive women. That's babyface, man.
Oh, God.
Check out their private chat. I'm not going to say this on live, but check the private chat.
I can probably get away with it.
Very nice. Okay, so they are now listed as baby faces. Late breaking news,
to
right?
Be fair, from every encounter I've had with them, they're nothing but the sweetest gals. They're kind. They're friendly. They light up the day. They're very wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and just fun to be around. So yes, they're baby faces.
Okay, because they are nice.
Sure.
Well, how about this then? Then explain this, EC3. Explain this, champ. As far as Damage Control, this label change occurred sometime over the last week. While Sky, Sane, and Kai are all now identified as baby faces. Hold on now. It was noted that Asuka, who is currently recovering from knee surgery, is still internally listed in the miscellaneous section. Bro, I got to be honest with you. EC3, as a talent, if you got a babyface column and a heel column and you're in the miscellaneous column, would you be concerned about that, bro?
Well, considering the injury, no. I do remember in FCW, because there was 80 people there, and like if Dr. Tom was filling out a card for like Lakeland, Florida, or I don't know, Crystal River, like the baby faces were listed, the heels were listed, and then there was sort of the miscellaneous or the injury list was also on that. Granted, if you were uninjured and you were trained and you were working regularly and you're in the miscellaneous list,
that's an issue.
Yeah, you might be on it. But I do recall we had, very informal documents. So whoever leaked this, like, earth-shattering news, deserves some sort of Pulitzer, I would say. But yeah, I do remember there was a
miscellaneous, though, is usually for your managers and your valets and stuff like that. That's usually miscellaneous, no?
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Miscellaneous.
Your valets and your managers would probably be oriented with a heel. you would imagine, or a babyface, regardless of their allegiance and whom they are managing. But then again, on a piece of paper, that means absolutely nothing. And the fact we're talking about this is just
insanity. Yes,
chronic waste of everybody's time. I could see a manager being in the miscellaneous category.
Check out BrainBuster, the daily quiz that tests your WWE knowledge with winning streaks, stats, and more. It's time to see if you're up for the challenge.
How would you feel if you were internally listed EC3 in the miscellaneous category when you come back from injury?
I would probably begin looking for another job.
I guess that's next for Asuka then. She'll look for.
I don't know about that though. She's.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, similar to what Vince was saying, if do you see, and you were there just a few years back, from what you saw internally, since that word is used by Sheets a lot internally, so. Was there any pushback to okay, so there's a list of here's the baby faces, here's the heels. Does anybody look at that and say, oh, wait a minute, I was just really trying to, get my stride as a heel or as a baby face, and now you're switching me over. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Was there any pushback to that? Because right now with Damage Control, there's nothing that we've seen that has shown them to be convincing enough as baby faces. They're just internally listed, and they come out and fight against the Vince's favorite name, Pure Fusion Collective.
That's a real thing?
Yes. Yes, okay. Yes, indeed. That is a faction name.
In my that tenure, that ill-fated run I had, I never saw a document that listed our fake allegiances to the protagonist or antagonist side, but I can harken back to today I'm wrestling on main event, then next week my opponent's my tag team partner, and we used to be a tag team and then they split us up for no reason, now we're wrestling each other with no context, or we had a blood feud and then they just completely negated the angle and now we are in a 6-man tag team. And that's where the affirmated thing I talk about sometimes, where nothing matters was a phrase used a lot in the locker room. So you're babyface today?
Yeah,
nothing matters, dude.
Yeah, Chris, talent would not see that list. Let me tell you what that list is for, because I literally had to just do one myself while I was writing the Rocky Mountain Pro shows. Bro, and that's why this report is so ridiculous. Bro, the list of the babyface and the heels is for the creative team and the writer. Guess what, Chris? So you remember who you have on the roster. That's what it's there for, bro. When you're writing a show, you need to know who the actors in the show are. That's all that is for. So the fact that they're reporting on this is ridiculous. But my question was, how did they become babyface?
Flow News Day.
They were attacking. They were trying to figure out who's the best women's trio, and they started attacking Pure Fusion Collective before they became Pure Fusion Collective. And now the fans haven't picked up on it. I mean, and that's the thing. Dakota Kai still has that really weird. I mean, she's out 8 to 10 weeks, which is sad for Dakota because she's more leg injury stuff, man.
She's gonna get now. The bad news for her, and EC3 can tell you this. Here's the real bad news for her. Now she's going to get labeled injury prone, and she's done. Bro, once they look at you, EC3, right or wrong, once they look at you as injury prone, bro, they ain't gonna plan around you. Is that true?
It definitely was. I don't know how things may have changed with the different way they do contracts, and they keep a plethora of talent under contract. But when you're labeled injury prone, that is an old school thing that you're not going to be given much. Even if they're not your fault, because I probably got labeled injury prone when I let big dumb idiots punch me directly in the head, and concussed me multiple times in my developmental run because they're bad at wrestling, but I would be labeled injury prone because of it.
Yeah, it's sad, man, because I know that she went on Twitch and she was crying about not having a singles pay-per-view match or something like that. And like it was like a legit thing. And I'm sure that someone in the business like you, EC3, can feel for her, man, as far as just the heartfelt sentiments that she was showing as far as not having a singles match. And she was begging WWE to give her a singles pay-per-view match, man.
I think that's kind of pathetic, but who am I to say? It's kind of those like, I hate it back in the day, subtweeting your like creative issues, or you're not being utilized properly, or you're being buried. But like those like uncreative like subtweets that kind of like, hey, 5% of the fan base, I know the deal, and like, please affirmate what I am saying subconsciously to you. I hate that. Oh man, dude. There's actually text groups that collect those, and we send them to each other, and then we laugh.
Oh wow! So you weren't a fan of Dakota Kai's Twitch cry of not having a solo spot.
I did not see it, so I can't judge it.
I wasn't a fan of it. I saw it, and I'm going to judge it.
Okay,
Go for it.
You can't, bro. Chris, if you're a bench player for the Cincinnati Reds, you're going to go on freaking a TikTok and cut a promo about not crying that you're not in the starting line? Who does that? Who does that, bro?
Especially, on your 25-man roster, somebody might go down and you might need to step up, right?
Yeah.
Or if you play better and you play harder, maybe if you practice harder, maybe if you show some sort of like, I learned how to hit a curveball, maybe they give you a couple more at-bats, and then maybe you work your way into the starting lineup. Who's to say?
Indeed. Yeah, I just don't. She's out for 2 to 2.5 months. If she comes back and joins Damage Control, it'll be difficult, man, because Asuka's out on injury too. And, when she comes back, are you still going to have a 4-woman team? Because now it's 3-on-3. And Dakota Kai, she just has that weird smirk every single time they do those great gang attacks.
The fake wrestling.
And it's just like,
bro,
they do the pan shot and she's just like,
yeah.
This is a weird thing.
Bro, maybe could she be a potential opponent for Cody? Cody needs opponents. Yeah.
You know what, man? He's really a sweetheart from what I've heard. I mean, I've met Cody a couple times, but and I think, man, because he cares about the business so much, I think he'll look at that Twitch stream. Yeah. And he'll cut a promo about it. He'll say, you know what, man, I've been looking at Twitch. I've been following this person on Twitch, and this person had a really heartfelt cry of getting a spot as a singles pay-per-view. Well, you know what? The next pay-per-view, your wish is my command. Dakota Kai, get out of here. Get out here. And then she'll come out and be excited. And there you go.
Dakota Kai. EC3.
I don't know if you're joking or not.